Morning, everybody. So, first, my request to everyone before we start. So, to please stand up for our prayer. Name the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. So, thank you, everybody. And so, I would like you to arrange your chairs and be seated properly. So now, today, we will first start with checking your attendance. We now call on Mr. Vega, if he's present. Miss Z. There you are. Mr. D. Okay, so that's it. That's for our attendance. Everybody is present. So, first thing I'm gonna do is, who remembers our previous lesson from the previous meeting? Can anybody tell me? Okay, yes. So it is that exactly, Mr. Vega. So now I will show you a flashcard for a quick review of our previous lessons. So what was taught in the previous lesson is the health services in the school and in the community. The first one is deworming. The second, supplementation. Third, hand washing facilities. The fourth, dental services. The fifth, vaccination. The sixth, supply of medicine. The seventh is the treatment of disease. Eighth is circumcision. Ninth is medical checkup. And the 10th is health education. So these are the health services in the school and in the community. So this was what we have discussed in the previous lesson. Thank you, everyone. And now, I will first show you a cartoon. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, I will first show you a cartoon now. Can anyone give me an idea what is being depicted in the cartoon? Anyone? Just raise your hand. Okay, yes, Mr. Vega. Yes, it is exactly as Mr. Vega said. So, now there are drawings I would also like you to see. So now I'm going to ask you, so what are being described in this drawing? Can anyone tell me? Anyone? So it's exactly like it. They are teenagers, better well known as adolescents. So who can give me an idea of our lesson for today? Yes, Miss Z? Yes, our topic for today is the nutritional needs for adolescents. So, as we all know, adolescence is one of the 4 fastest growing periods in a person's life. So, the growth of adolescence creates increased demand for energy and nutrients because there's growth, So, as an adolescent, your total nutrient needs in the body are higher than the stage of life cycle you are. So, from being baby to being a child to being an adolescent. So, it's a very, very high demand for nutritional needs for your body. So, due to your rapid growth and the development of the stage, you have the greater needs to certain nutrients, such as calcium for your bones, iron and protein for your muscles, and energy foods such as carbohydrates. So the appetite is likely to increase. It is important that food choices are made carefully. So you have to choose your important and nutritious foods. So a good dietary guidance has therefore 3 important elements. First is the pyramid, second is the plates, and third is real food. So then we're going to be talking about the first pyramid. So there is actually a food guide pyramid. So according to the Food and Nutrition Research Institute, here is a sample or picture of a pyramid guide. See? So the pyramid guide will guide you in how many servings from each food group is recommended daily. For example, there are 6 food groups, so the serving requirements of each individual depend on the age, sex, size, and activity level of each person. So each day we need to eat at least the minimum level, lowest serving of each of the food groups. So this is to meet the daily requirements of vitamins and minerals, protein, fiber, and carbohydrates of an individual. So in this food pyramid is actually a daily nutritional guide pyramid for Filipino children 13 to 19 years old, actually for teenagers. So this is from the Food and Nutrition Research Institute. So it has an example. Fats and oils, 6 to 8 teaspoons. Sugar and sweets, 5 to 6 teaspoons. Fish, shellfish, meat, poultry, dried beans, and nuts have 2.5 servings. An egg is a piece a day. Milk and milk products is actually just 1 glass. Vegetables and fruits have 3 servings each. Rice products, corn, root crops, breads, noodles have at least 6 to 8 servings a day. And water, you have to at least 6 to 8 glasses a day. So that is an example. And for exercise here, there's an additional one. For personal and environmental hygiene, actually, first is to engage in physical activities like swimming, biking, hiking, or household chores, rather than sedentary activities such as watching TV or playing computer games. So sedentary lifestyle. Next would be do not smoke. And third, avoid alcoholic beverages. So this is the example for a food pyramid guide. So next would be first of the 3 elements is the pyramid. We've actually tackled it. Next is the plates, which means the serving. So for you to grow and develop the fullest and to improve your nutritional status, it is important to follow the healthy eating guidelines, such as first, you just eat enough oil, fats, and sugar. So you don't need that much oils, fats, and sugar. Just enough for the energy provided for your body. Second, eat moderately on animal foods, dried beans, and nuts, such is the source for protein. Third, eat more on fruits and vegetables. These are a huge source for our vitamins and minerals needed for our body's everyday functions. And lastly, the fourth is to eat most on carbohydrates such as rice, cereals, breads, and root crops. So that is for the servings. So additional information for serving sizes. So the serving sizes that I'm going to mention will guide you on the measuring the amount of food and liquid you intake. For example, 1 to 1.5 cups. That's actually around 12 ounces of liquid. So the size of a soda can or soft drink bottle. Next is 1 cup or 8 ounces of food, which is the size of the large handful, like this, full of food. Next would be a half a cup of food, which is 4 ounces, the size of a hand, not very much full of food. Next would be an ounce of cheese. It's actually just 1 inch, one size of 1 inch cube of cheese. That's it. And next is 1 tablespoon. It is about the size from the tip of your thumb from the last crease. So it's about this. That's the size of a tablespoon. And a teaspoon is about the size from the tip of your thumb here. Just here, small amount. That is the size of a teaspoon. So here are some additional informations to ensure adolescents' overall health and well-being. So first, you eat regular meals, especially during breakfast. This keeps the body fueled and will give the energy needed for the day. Second, to cut down on high-fat and high-sugar foods. As mentioned, you don't need that much. So one doesn't have to give up one's favorite cookies or cheeseburger. Just eat them less. I mean, cut down, minimize. So, and eat healthy snacks instead, such as fruits and vegetables. So you try having fruits and popcorn instead of cookies and ice cream, and you try instead of drinking fruit juice from drinking soft drinks or soda. So next is actually third, to remember to remain active or join a sport, such as mentioned here again from this food pyramid guide to exercise. So such as hiking, swimming, biking, any other sport, basketball, badminton, anything. The fourth is to get enough rest and sleep. Sleep is very, very helpful in rejuvenating, energizing your body, and maintaining the bodily function. So you just have to have enough sleep for you to have positive vibes and energy every day. Next is the last, which is do not smoke and do not drink alcoholic beverages. So no, these vices hinder you from achieving a healthy body. So with these vices, you won't be able to have adequate nutritional needs for your body daily. And it will hinder you from achieving good health. Next will be our small activity. So, okay, I want everyone to get a piece of paper. So this activity is for you named as my own plate. So the directions are to create a simple meal plan based on the food pyramid guide, just like I mentioned, the food pyramid guide, no, for adolescents. So use the blank plate provided to create a tasty meal which includes your chosen foods. It's supposed to be your foods that you're going to put in it. So after 5 minutes, 5 to 8 minutes, I'll give you an example of a food plate with a meal plan based on the food pyramid guide. Okay? And before that, you have also to answer the following questions in your notebook or in a piece of paper. Do you find it difficult in choosing the food based on the food pyramid guide which I've shown you, and why? So wait for 5 minutes and I will show you my example. Okay, so time is up. So now I'm going to show you a food pie graph. Okay, here it's a pie graph. So here is a pie graph. Actually, it's actually just a plate, with different partitions to make it look like a pie graph. So it is a graph on the daily servings for adolescent diet. So my example is this. So I placed it here. So then I need the foods and products which I'm going to consume every day for the daily serving. So in here we have the highest, which is 41%, which is supposed to be the highest consumption of all. It includes bakery products, whole grains, porridge, pasta, root crops, and the like. So a maximum of around 6 servings daily. Let's say it's 6 servings. Next would be 19%, which is the green stuff and the vegetables. So it's named here green stuff and vegetables. So very healthy for you. That is around 3 to 5 servings daily. Next is 15% made from fruits and berries. As I said, the actual number of servings for fruits and vegetables is almost same. At least you have then the same, at least 2 to 4 servings of fruits and vegetables daily. So it's around 3 servings daily. The fourth would be for dairies and nuts, a source of protein. It is 11%, around 2 to 3 servings daily. Another source of protein and fatty acids, another 11%, which is the chicken, meat, and fish, which is also around 2 to 3 servings, same as these dairy products. Next is the desserts or fats. Actually, it's just around 3% or very negligible. It's around 2 to 4 servings a week. 2 to 4 servings a day. So that's the difference of the food you have to intake daily for adolescents. So there is actually a summary of the topic. I made it in a sort of a comic strip, so for you to be able to properly read it. So I printed it each. Okay. So here it is, a comic strip for the summary of our topic for today. So would anyone mind reading it? So first, can you read, actually class, can you read it with me? Okay. So first thing it says here, let me see. The dietary habits and food preferences which affect energy consumption and nutrient intake are generally developed over a period of time and particularly during adolescence. So that's what I said earlier. So as you continue to grow and develop, it is important to know how to manage the changes which happen to your body and how you will reach your own full growth potential. The growth during adolescence creates increased demands for energy and nutrients. So the total nutrient needs are higher at any stage in this life cycle or stage than any other stages in your life cycle, as mentioned again earlier. And then due to your rapid growth and development at this stage, you have greater needs for certain nutrients such as calcium, iron, protein, and energy foods such as carbohydrates. So we all need to eat a balanced diet every day. This is to include the servings of the food from different food groups in the food pyramid guide, what I've shown you earlier. Actually, so here are some additional reminders to ensure that adolescents' overall health and well-being. So, summarize into 3. Remember to remain active and exercise or join a group. Do not smoke and do not drink alcohol beverages, and get enough rest and sleep. That's a shortened version, but actually that's the point of this discussion. So, and then eat regular meals, especially breakfast. This keeps the body fueled and will give the energy needs for the day. So as you move on through the day, you actually need the energy from your breakfast. Cut down on high fat and high sugar foods. One doesn't have to give up one's favorite cookies or cheeseburger. Just eat them less. And eat healthy foods and snacks instead, such as fruits and vegetables. Thank you. Okay, so that's actually the summary of the topic we have discussed today. Okay, now, after the topic, we will have actually a short quiz. So actually, it's true or false. I want you to get a piece of paper, write your name and your section, and only write true or false. True if the statement is true, and false if the statement is incorrect. So we will have 15 questions. I will give you 15 minutes to answer each question, to answer all the questions. So a good full minute to answer each question. So here it is. I will flash it on the PowerPoint screen. Okay, I finished. Okay, pass your papers now. Class president, please collect all the papers. Thank you. And then, before we end our activity, there is one last task I would like to have you do. It's actually a short assignment. So it goes on like this. So can everybody get your assignment notebooks and write this in your assignment notebooks. So like all teenagers, Jose is an active teenager. He is the member of the school varsity team. So he is about to compete for championship in the division level. So his team practices daily. And during practice, he perspires heavily and needs to drink water very often. After his morning practices, he usually feels hungry during lunchtime. Now here's my activity for you. So what I want you to do is suggest a menu for Jose's lunch that will give Jose the nutrients he needs as an active teenager. Let me repeat that. You suggest a menu for his lunch for Jose that will give Jose the nutrients he needs as an active teenager. So that will be going to be my last task for today. And does anyone have any questions regarding the topic being discussed? Is there any point you have not understood or for us to clarify? There needs for us to clarify. Okay, so thank you, class. I will have a short review in the next session about this topic. Okay, so please do your assignment and study about the nutritional needs of adolescents. Thank you and good morning.